The situation remains difficult and is getting worse. The enemy is using all its power and means to capture our territory and surround our troops. The fighting has reached its maximum intensity to date.
Ukraine is alerting that Russia is edging better to bordering Ukrainian soldiers in the eastern Donbass area. Russian forces are presenting assaults on dozens of towns in the provinces of Luhansk as well as Donetsk. The growth could be a transforming factor in Moscow's efforts to settle control in the east. Ukrainian head of state, Vladimir Zelensky, is calling for much more help from Western allies for private citizens under attack. It's gradually hard to discover the place from the battling strike.
The current offensive by Russia in the Donbass could make the region uninhabitable. Putting pressure on Russia is literally a matter of saving lives, and every day of delay, weakness, debates, or proposals to pacify the aggressor at the expense of the victim means more Ukrainians killed.
This is what life in Ukraine's east resembles presently. Citizens of the city of Lysychansk, established to leave the continuous shelling haven in a cellar. Numerous are in need of clinical materials, yet traveling to get them is as well unsafe. Ukraine mentions the combat in the eastern is fiercer than ever before, with nearly all of the Luhansk area under Russian control. This circumstance stays challenging and is worsening. The opponent is using all its power to capture Donbass region and likewise surround Ukrainian soldiers. Their fighting has really reached its optimum strength. Moscow has really established its sights on getting control of the Donbass, Ukraine's commercial heartland. Russian soldiers are attempting to surround Ukraine by taking vital highways in the area.
Russian airstrikes killed at least 7 people, the first known deaths in Lviv, close to the Polish border, and a refuge for those fleeing the fighting. In Kharkiv, close to the Russian border, shelling offers no rest for the wounded or the medics there to save them.
Straining Russia is essentially an issue of preserving lives, and each day of hold-up, weakness, debates or propositions to pacify the assailant at the cost of the victim shows more Ukrainians killed.
All of a sudden, I was covered in shattered glass, says Larissa.
Are you afraid that they're going to come back?
The war goes on, she says. We don't know what's waiting for us out there.
Ukraine now confessing that they are shedding the benefit in the Donbass area, the governor of Luhansk declaring that Ukraine regulates just 5% of that location. Progressively, the Russians are trying to border soldiers in Luhansk around that city. Ukrainian separatists are having a hard time holding them back. Russia now handles a much larger portion of south and eastern Ukraine than what the separatists held prior to the intrusion started.
But in the east and south of Ukraine, Moscow is only advancing by air, from the sea, and most brutally by land.
What life is like for Ukrainians living in areas that have been recently occupied by the Russian military. It sounds like there are a lot of people who are living below ground, and it doesn't seem like people are doing well. What we can do to help these people?
I
can't express how worried I am, Nicole tells me. It is so painful. I'm anxious about everyone I love. And of the people attacking her city, she says this: they are not human.
People in Ukraine are having a hard time getting food, yet as the Russians grow and reduce off those freeways, that's winding up being harder. The US government is concerned that the United Kingdom will allow Ukraine down, given the current crisis.